January 29, 1945, Ardennes, Belgium, 2:47 p.m. First Sergeant Leonard Funk turns the corner of a farmhouse and freezes 90 German soldiers are staring straight at him, half of them already holding rifles, the other half grabbing weapons from a pile in the snow. 4 American soldiers are on their knees, hands locked behind their heads. These Germans were prisoners 20 minutes ago. Now they are free-armed and preparing to attack from the rear. German officer steps forward, slams an MP40 into stomach, screams orders in German, does not understand a single word. The officer screams again, louder, angrier. Funk looks at the 90 Germans, looks at his captured men, feels the gun pressed into his gut and starts laughing. The officer freezes. Confused, then furious, he screams louder. Funk laughs harder. The next 60 seconds, 21 Germans will be dead, more than 40 will survive. A 5'5" paratrooper surrounded 92-1 will earn the Medal of Honor, not because he was stronger, not because he was faster, but because when death stood inches away, he did not panic, he laughed. Leonard Alfred Funk Jr. is born on August 27, 1916. Braddock Township, Pennsylvania. Steel town, smokestacks, foundries, coal dust in the air. The Monongahela River cutting through the valley. This is not a place that produces dreamers. It produces workers. Funk grows up during a time when survival matters more than ambition. His father works long hours. Money is tight. Responsibility arrives early. By the time Leonard is a teenager, he is already helping raise his younger brother. Not because he wants to, because someone has to. The Great Depression tightens its grip. Factories, slow jobs, vanish. College is not an option. It is a fantasy for other people. Leonard finishes high school in 1934. No celebration, no graduation party, just the quiet understanding that adulthood has arrived. He works wherever he can, clerk jobs, manual labor, anything. Honesty is small. 5'5", barely 140 pounds. No one looks at him and sees a soldier. In June 1941, Congress expands the draft. Leonard Funk's number comes up. He reports to the induction center in Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania. 24 years old, lean, quiet, unremarkable. The Army physical examiner looks him over: height, weight, build, clerk, material, rear echelon, safe assignments. So Leonard Funk surprises everyone. He volunteers for the paratroopers in 1941. American airborne forces barely exist. Jumping out of airplanes into enemy territory sounds insane. Most soldiers laugh it off. The men who volunteer do not laugh. They step forward. Airborne training is designed to break people. 5 weeks of punishment, endless running, obstacle courses, climbing, falling, carrying weight until legs fail. Half the volunteers quit or wash out. The rest are reshaped. Then come the jump towers, 34 feet, 100 feet, learning how to fall without dying. Then the aircraft C-47 transports metal floors, open doors, wind screaming the first time. The door opens, every instinct screams to grab something to hold on. Leonard Funk steps out, the parachute opens. The ground rushes up and he lands hard. He earns his jump wings. He earns the right to wear the airborne patch. He is assigned to Company C, 1st Battalion, 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment. Camp Landing, Florida, late 1943. The regiment ships to England. They join the 82nd Airborne Division, the All-Americans, veterans of Sicily, veterans of Italy, men who have already jumped into combat, men who have already killed. Leonard Funk is the new man, 27 years old, older than most of them, but age brings something else: calm, discipline, control. By the spring of 1944, he is a squad leader. Men follow him without questioning. Why? June 6, 1944, Normandy, France. 1:30 in the morning, Funk stands in the aircraft. 60 pounds of equipment strapped to his body: Thompson submachine gun, ammunition, grenades, medical kit. The aircraft shudders. German flak explodes outside. Tracer fire cuts through the darkness. The pilots cannot climb. They are flying to Lotha. Green light turns on. Funk jumps. The prop blast hits him like a wall. The parachute snaps open. The noise vanishes below him. Occupied France. The drop is chaos. Aircraft are scattered. Men land miles from their zone. Some drown in flooded fields. Some are killed before they can cut free. Leonard Funk hits the ground hard. His ankle twists violently. Pain explodes up his leg. He knows immediately it is bad, but he can stand. He can move. That is enough. He hides his parachute, checks his weapon, and starts walking. He is 40 miles from where he should be, alone in enemy territory. Before dawn, he encounters other lost paratroopers, different units, different regiments. They are scared, disoriented, looking for leadership. They find it. Leonard Funk takes charge over the next 10 days. He leads 18 men through German-occupied France. They move at night, hide during the day. They fight when they must. They avoid when they can. Funk insists on walking point despite his injured ankle. Every step is pain. He never complains. They cross fields, hedgerows, villages. German patrols pass within yards. When they finally reach friendly lines on June 17th, every man is alive, not a single casualty. Leonard Funk receives the Silver Star, a Bronze Star, and his first Purple Heart, but the war is not finished with him. Leonard Funk does not celebrate his medals. There is no time. Normandy is still burning. France is still occupied. Men are still dying after 10 days behind enemy lines. He is given barely enough time to rest. Then he is back on duty. Summer turns to fall. The Allies push east by September 1944. The war feels close to ending. Too close to plan is bold. To bold Operation Market Garden, the largest airborne assault in history. 35,000 paratroopers. American-British polish dropped across the Netherlands. Objective is simple. On paper, capture a chain of bridges. Hold them. Allow ground forces to race through. If it works, Germany will fall by Christmas. Leonard Funk does not see the maps. He does not hear the speeches. He hears one thing. Jump order 1944. The sky over Holland fills with aircraft. Hundreds of C-47 South gliders following behind like shadows. The jump is daylight, which means everyone can see everything. The parachutes bloom. White and round. Perfect targets. Leonard Funk hits the ground. Under fire again. His company moves fast, secures its immediate objectives. This is familiar. This is controlled chaos, but something feels wrong. German resistance is heavier than expected, to organized to confident. Ben Funk hears it, the distinctive thump of anti-aircraft fire. 20mm flak, guns not firing at planes, firing at gliders. The gliders are defenseless, no engines, no evasive maneuvers. They carry jeeps. Artillery, ammunition, medicsmen are dying before they even touch the ground. Funk spots the position. High ground, well camouflaged. 3 flak guns, crude protected. Approximately 20 German soldiers. Standard doctrine says this position requires a platoon. At least Leonard Funk has 3 men. He does not ask permission. He moves the 4. Americans advance uphill, exposed, running directly into prepared fire. The Germans do not expect this. They expect air attack, not infantry. Funk leads from the front. As always, he fires first, dropping the nearest sentry. The fight explodes. Gunfire, rifles, shouting. The Germans scramble, trying to reposition, trying to bring the guns around. They do not get the chance. Funk and his men move aggressively. Grenades land among the gun crews. The first flak gun goes silent, then the second, then the third. The entire fight lasts minutes. 20 German soldiers are dead or fleeing. 3 Americans still standing above them. The sky fills with gliders landing safely. Supplies reach the ground. Men live. Leonard Funk does not watch. He reloads and moves on. Later, he will be awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, second only to the Medal of Honor. But the war is not done with him. Market Garden collapses. The bridges are taken, then lost. British paratroopers at Arnhem are surrounded, cut off, destroyed. The phrase, "a bridge too far," enters history. Leonard Funk survives again. Winter comes early. By December, the front freezes. Snow ice, temperatures below zero. Men dig foxholes into frozen ground. Some never wake up. December 16, 1944, the Germans attack. Not a raid, not a counterattack. Full-scale offensive. 3 German armies, 400,000 men. Tanks, artillery, they smash into the Ardeno-American lines. Buckle. Entire units collapse. Thousands surrender. The German advance creates a bulge deep into Allied territory. The Battle of the Bulge. Leonard Funk is in cold, becomes the enemy weapons jam. Fingers go numb. Then the news spreads. Maldian, American convoy. Rear echelon troops captured, disarmed, executed. Machine guns, pistols, men shot in the snow. 80 for Americans murdered. Some survive by playing dead. They lie in the snow, bleeding, freezing. German boots pass by laughing. When the survivors reach American lines, the army changes something, breaks the rules. Our gun. Leonard Funk here's the story. Every detail, and something inside him, hardened. He makes a decision. Quiet, final. He will never surrender, no matter the odds. January approaches. The German offensive stalls, then collapses. The Allies push back. Company C receives new orders. The Belgian village of Holtzheim. Leon Funk does not know it yet, but everything he has survived, everything he has learned, every decision he has made is about to collide. The snow in Belgium is relentless. Wind cuts like knives through uniforms. Company C trudges forward, each step a battle against frostbite and exhaustion. Leonard Funk leads from the front. Every man behind him follows silently. Their breaths puff out in clouds, weapons heavy with ice. The village of Holtzheim looms ahead, houses half buried in snow, windows blackened by previous firefights. Funk signals the men to halt. He scans the streets with trained eyes. Every shadow could conceal a rifle. Every roofline could hide an enemy sniper. The 4 men guarding the prisoners shuffle nervously. Funk does not look back. He has to secure the village. The prisoners must not interfere. He moves silently every step, measured snow crunching under his boots. He counts his men, 30, barely trained clerks and support soldiers, all now soldiers by necessity, their eyes wide with fear and determination. The first house is a farmhouse with a collapsed roof. Funk signals. They breach the door, clearing room by room. Rifles crack, grenades tossed with precision. Screams and shouts mixed with the howling wind. The Americans advance slowly. Systematically, they clear 15 houses. Each house holds Germans. Some surrender, some resist. Funk's men adapt, learning the flow of combat as they move. By mid-afternoon, the company has captured 30 prisoners. Funk consolidates the men. The prisoners are corralled in a yard, for guards are assigned. Funk nods and moves on. There are still Germans resisting in the far end. He leaves some of his most experienced men to mop up. Funk moves to check reinforcements. The snow conceals movement. A patrol of German soldiers in white camo approaches the farmhouse. They look like Americans from a distance. The 4 guards are overwhelmed. Disarmed, forced to their knees, the German patrol frees the prisoners. Now there are 90 Germans armed. Organizing silently to strike Company C from the rear, Funk rounds the corner. He freezes at the sight. 4 of his men, kneeling prisoners, armed. A German officer steps forward, MP40 shoved into Funk's stomach. He screams orders in German. Funk does not understand. He laughs. It is impossible not to. The absurdity of the moment consumes him. The officer's face twists with rage. He screams again. Funk laughs louder. The officer freezes. Time slows. Funk sees the 4 guards scrambling for dropped rifles. He reaches for his Thompson, pretending to comply. He swings the weapon. Bullets erupt, 30 rounds in seconds. The German officer is dead before hitting the ground. The other Germans panic. Funk pivots. Firing with precision, his men pick up weapons. The Germans are caught in crossfire. Chaos reigns within 60 seconds. 21 Germans are dead, more than 40 surrender, the rest wounded. Funk stands amid snow and body smoke rises from his Thompson. Company C regroups. The village is secured. Funk signals reinforcements. They march prisoners to the rear. Under heavy guard, Funk does not celebrate. There is no time for celebration. Every man looks to him. Funk feels the weight of survival, not glory. He remembers Normandy, the cold calculations of war, the price of surrender. He will never surrender. Not ever. His men follow him. Without question, they have learned trust and courage under fire. The village of Holtzheim is quiet. Snow falls over blood. In footprints, the war presses onward. No one has time to mourn or rest. The Germans who survived are prisoners again. They understand the authority of a man who laughs in the face of death. Funk takes a moment to survey the scene. Every movement calculated, every threat neutralized. The 4 guards kneel, exhausted prisoners still staring in shock. Funk nods at them. He signals Company C to continue clearing the village. There are still snipers on rooftops, windows to breach alleys to secure the Americans' advance. Step by step, Funk in the lead. Every decision, a risk. Every second could be the last, yet he moves with purpose, with steadiness that belies exhaustion. By evening, the village is fully secured. No further American casualties. The prisoners held. The snow glistens under a fading sun. Funk checks the men, every face exhausted, every uniform soaked with sweat and snow. He knows the Medal of Honor recommendation will come, but he does not think of it. He thinks of the men, of survival, of Normandy, and the calculus of command. War is cold, and Funk has learned to be colder. He walks through the yard, examining the dead and wounded, ensuring prisoners are treated per protocol. The 4 guards follow. Every rifle accounted for. Every man checked. The village, quiet, snow muffling the sound of distant artillery. The battle at Holtzheim is over, but the war continues. Funk has survived impossible odds, yet he knows every day could be the last. He gathers Company C for debrief orders for the next operation. The men listen, every word deliberate. Every movement, intentional leadership forged in blood and snow. The night falls cold and silent, stars hidden behind clouds. Funk writes notes in his journal, later simple observations. No heroism, just facts. The prisoners, the village, the men, the fight. Tomorrow will bring more challenges, but tonight, Holtzheim is his, and the enemy knows it. The night over Holtzheim is brittle. Cold bites through layers of wool and leather. Funk sits on a crate outside the farmhouse, Thompson slung across his shoulder, eyes scanning the darkened streets. Snow crunches in the distance, every sound amplified by silence. The village is calm for now, but calm is a lie. Funk knows it. Every shadow could be a sniper, every movement a threat. Reinforcements will arrive at dawn, but until then he and his men are alone. He checks his squad, 30 men, half never fired a live round before today. Now they are soldiers. Funk breathes and exhales, slowly. Pain from twisted ankle gnaws, but he ignores it. Focus is survival. Focus is vigilance. The 4 guards sit near the prisoners' eyes, never leaving them. The Germans whisper fear and confusion in their eyes. They glance at Funk. He glances back. Nothing more is said. Funk feels the weight of command. It presses on his shoulders. He walks the perimeter, every alley, every doorway, snow muffling his steps. He checks barricades, improvised from furniture and farm tools, every entrance accounted for. He returns to the yard. The prisoners are restless. They shuffle. Murmur. Funk does not respond. He signals the guards to watch. One misstep, and they could rise again. A gun in every hand. The Germans calculate. They wait. Timing is everything. They do not yet move. Funk senses the tension. He paces slowly, observing reactions. The men behind him are tense. They huddle. In snow and shadow, every rustle of fabric, every cough. Funk notes silently. Leadership is as much perception as action. Minutes pass, like hours, then a sound. Footsteps in the far lane, heavy, deliberate, not part of the village. Funk freezes, signals all men to positions, weapons raised silently. The snow hides their movement. The unseen enemy approaches. Funk moves forward cautiously, eyes narrowing, every nerve taut. The moon hides behind clouds. Faint outlines of men appear. German soldiers, reinforcements from another unit they do not know. Holtzheim is taken. They march with purpose. Funk counts them mentally. 20 more lives under threat. If they reach the prisoners, Company C could be flanked and annihilated. He makes a decision. Stealth is impossible. Surprise is gone. He will have to attack the men behind him. Trust him. They have no choice. He signals silently. A three-man team splits off, flanking right, another team to left. Funk leads the center. Snow explodes under boots. The Germans hear but do not understand. Then a single-shot silence, broken. The first German falls. Chaos erupts. Funk moves forward, Thompson roaring in the cold air, bullets shredding snow and wood. American men firing on his command. Germans scatter. They try to organize, but Funk's timing is perfect. Crossfire established. Snow mutes their cries. Bodies fall into drifts. Funk advances steadily, not reckless. Calculated, every man with him following instinct. The enemy officer on the right attempts to regroup. Funk pivots. Thompson slams the trigger. Officer dies before issuing command. Snow turns red and patches. Men behind Funk push forward, clearing streets. In alleyways, each house checked each window. A potential sniper nest. Funk moves methodically, not celebrating, not reckless. Just doing what must be done. The Germans retreat to the center of the village. They find themselves trapped. American rifles from flanks and center, cutting off exits. Funk signals advance. They fight desperately. But the odds are against them. Every man who resists falls. Those who surrender are captured immediately. Funk walks through the yard, counting prisoners. Positions, snow covers, footprints. Quickly, the village is quiet. Again, Funk knows dawn will bring more operations. Orders from battalion will come. He does not rest. Preparation is survival. He moves through homes, securing supplies, ammo, rations, medical kits. Every man checked and counted. Some of his makeshift soldiers are shaking cold and exhaustion. Wearing them thin, Funk reassures silently. His presence alone commands trust. He examines the prisoners. Some weep quietly, some stare. Blankly they understand. They have faced death and survived. Funk's men learn from observation. Leadership is consistency under pressure. By first light, the village perimeter is secure. Every prisoner accounted for. The dead buried in shallow graves. Funk marks locations for reinforcements to arrive. Men tend wounded. No time for ceremony. The war moves fast. Funk signals the men to eat and warm briefly. He checks every rifle, every magazine, every bayonet. He moves to the farmhouse roof. Surveillance. Overall approaches the horizon gray with early light. He sees no immediate threat, but the memory of yesterday's ambush lingers. The prisoners watched silently from yard. Every movement controlled. Funk descends. He notes every house cleared, every path checked. Orders mentally memorized. His men adjust positions. Cold bites harder now, snow crusted on coats and helmets. Funk watches silently. Every sound analyzed. A sudden gust of wind. Funk freezes. A shadow moves across a far roofline. Enemy sniper. No time to hesitate. He signals three men forward. Silent approach. Position secured. Sniper neutralized before alerting others. The village is now fully under Funk's control. Company C regroups. Men shivering but alive. The prisoners quiet and subdued. Funk surveys the scene. Every corner checked. Every threat evaluated. He signals the messengers to report to battalion. Orders for next phase transmitted. Company C rests briefly. Weapons cleaned and prepared. Funk does not sit. His ankle throbs. His hands numb, but he remains alert. The war is unforgiving. Every moment could be final. By noon, the village is functional. Barricades, manned snipers, and houses cleared. Supplies secured. Prisoners under strict watch. Funk records notes for commanding officer. Detailed, precise, methodical. Every action accounted. Every man present. The 80 prisoners from yesterday still alive, still compliant. The men of Company C still alive, still trusting their leader. Funk looks toward horizon. Distant gunfire echoes. Holtzheim is a temporary sanctuary, but battle is far from over. He will have to fight again, lead again, decide again. Every day a calculation of life and death. Funk stands alone. Briefly, snow falling silently. He breathes cold air, fills lungs. Every nerve alert, every instinct sharp. He is small, 5'5", 140 pounds, yet he commands men like giants. A paratrooper, a leader, a survivor. Holtzheim will be remembered for today, for the courage of men, and for the one who laughed at impossible odds. The morning light struggles through the overcast sky. Snow glows faintly. Cold and gray. Funk walks among his men, eyes sharp, alert. Every soldier accounted for. Every rifle checked. Every ankle, every hand. The men are exhausted, cold gnawing at fingers and toes. Some faces pale from frostbite, some eyes hollow from sleep deprivation, but discipline holds. Funk's presence alone enforces order. Company C is alive. Company C is ready. Holtzheim is theirs for now. The village streets are littered with traces of last night. Footprints, bloodstains, broken rifles, shattered crates, overturned carts. The smell of gunpowder clings to walls and snow. Every house has been searched, every room cleared. The prisoners remain huddled, eyes wary, calculating. Silent Funks. Men keep them under strict watch. No mistakes today, no second chances. The enemy is clever, desperate, unpredictable. Funk moves to the farmhouse yard, observes horizon. Eyes narrow at tree line, shadows shifting. Movement. German soldiers approach from the west. Recon patrols, small, perhaps 8 men. They have not seen Holtzheim taken. Funk signals silently. 3 men detached to flank left. Two others to flank right. He takes center. Snow muffles their boots. German patrol enters village cautiously. They see footprints, guns raised. They stop, unaware. Funk waits. Timing, critical seconds. Stretch. First shot cracks the silence. German patrol scatters. Funk's men advance. Firing controlled bursts. Snow erupts around their feet. The patrol attempts to regroup. Funk pivots. Thompson, roaring, every shot calculated. Officer among patrol goes down immediately. The remaining flee into alleys. Funk's men close off exits. The snow conceals movement. Funk moves through the village, alert for ambush. Every window, doorway, rooftop. He signals men to hold positions. The prisoners watch silently. Some tremble. Others wide-eyed. Funk does not look at them. He cannot allow emotion to interfere. A distant shout from the southern street. Another German force. Larger this time, perhaps 20. Funk calculates too few men to meet them head-on. He forms defensive line. Makeshift barricades reinforced. Snow piles, strategically placed weapons ready. The German advance halts briefly. They size up the village. Funk steps forward into open yard. Snow crunches under boots. They see the Thompson. They hesitate. Confidence faltering. Funk does not speak. He does not need to. Presence is command. One German steps forward, raising rifle. The moment freezes. Then Funk lunges forward, shooting controlled, precise. Men follow instinct. Trained by his example. Snow erupts around them. Crossfire established. The Germans panic. They try to retreat. Funk moves swiftly. Every corner covered, every angle checked. Snow dusts rifle barrels, cold biting at hands. Thompson magazine runs dry. Funk swaps it instantly. Training and adrenaline combine. Every motion fluid, instinctive. The German line collapses for dead before they can fire properly. Others surrender. The village is quiet again. Funk checks positions. Reinforcements still hours away. He must prepare for next assault. The men are shivering, exhaustion etched in every face. Funk does not allow them to collapse. Distributes food, water, secures medical attention for frostbite and injuries. Prisoners are counted again. Funk marks those who might attempt escape. He makes notes for battalion. Every action accounted. Every weapon catalogued. Suddenly, a sound. Explosions in distance. German artillery. Distant but precise shells landing outside village. Shrapnel whistling through air. Funk signals men down. Snow and earth kicked up by blasts. Funk observes trajectory. Calculates reaction. Orders men to cover positions. Protects civilians. The village is a maze of barricades and rubble. Every street, a defensive line. Every building, a potential kill zone. He moves from group to group. Silent commands, hand gestures. Eye contact. Morale maintained, despite exhaustion and cold. Suddenly, an explosion nearby. The farmhouse roof shudders. Funk dives to side. Men follow. Dust and debris fill air. No casualties. Funk signals team to inspect damage. Rubble cleared. No threat. Inside, outside. Snow mixed with dirt and blood. He notes it. Prepares for possible sniper. Every step cautious. Every movement calculated. The prisoners shift nervously. Funk allows no leniency. Discipline over fear. Another German patrol appears from the eastern street. 5 men this time. They believe the village lightly held. They are wrong. Funk signals silently. Men take positions. Snow conceals. Shadows. Crossfire. Set. Funk moves along center. Thompson ready. First shot cracks. German patrol scatters. Funk pivots. Shooting controlled bursts. Men follow instinct. Every shot precise. The patrol disintegrates. Some surrender. Some flee. Funk does not chase. Focus is perimeter control. He returns to farmhouse. Checks wounded. Distributes ammunition. Scans horizon. Reinforcements not yet arrived. Every sense alert. Time is an enemy. Every second counts. Snow muffles. Sound footsteps. Gun clicks. Whispers. All amplified. The village is tense. Holtzheim, held by handful of exhausted Americans, commanded by one small man who thinks faster than bullets, who moves faster than hesitation. By afternoon, enemy has ceased approach. Silence returns. Funk surveys. Battlefield. Dead Germans. Scattered rifles. Footprints in snow. Men exhausted, yet alive. He signals guards to double watch on prisoners. Frostbite. Injuries. Hunger. All minor to the urgency of vigilance. Suddenly, distant gunfire. Company C units approaching from north. Relief, but Funk does not relax. Preparation remains constant. Every man checked. Every weapon ready. Every prisoner accounted. Holtzheim is safe for now. Snow continues falling. Gray light fades toward evening. Funk moves along streets. Checks, barricades, signals men to hold positions. Orders relayed silently. His mind never rests. Every calculation. Survival every second. Vigilance. Company C will hold the village. Funk ensures it. He alone stands as the center. The one who calculates. The one who decides every risk. Wade. Every threat neutralized by nightfall. Holtzheim. Quiet. Company C. Regrouped prisoners. Subdued. Snow covers. Footprints. Evidence of battle. Funk surveys. Horizon. Calculates next moves. Reinforcements arriving soon. But he remains alert. Every sense sharp. Every instinct engaged. The village is safe for now, but tomorrow the war continues, and Funk must lead again. Night falls over Holtzheim. Snowflakes drifting silently, covering footprints, muffling sound. Funk moves among his men, eyes scanning horizon, senses alert, cold biting through layers. every breath visible in icy air. Thompson slung, hands steady, fingers numb but trained. Soldiers, exhausted but disciplined, murmurs low. Prisoners huddled against farmhouse wall, eyes wide, calculating, some shivering, some glaring. Funk does not speak, does not flinch, every motion purposeful. He signals guards to rotate positions. Men follow instinct, silent, precise, no mistakes allowed. Distant howls of wind echoed through village. Blending with faint groans of wounded, Funk kneels briefly, checks ammo, distributes grenades, calculates angles. Every window, every doorway, every rooftop potential threat. Sudden crack of distant rifle, snow erupts, bullets singing. Funk pivots, Thompson up, firing controlled bursts. Shadows in alley, German recon, 3 men attempting infiltration. Snow conceals movement, crossfire prepared. Men follow silently, bullets hit snow. Ricochet, spray of powder, patrol collapses. Some surrender, some flee. Funk signals team to secure prisoners. Count again, tally, weapons, inventory precise. Frostbite gnaws at fingers, cold steals breath, but alertness never falters. Sudden distant artillery, shells whistle over village. Snow kicked up by impact, debris flying. Funk signals men down, positions covered. Civilians inside nearby farmhouse safe. Calculations running, escape routes considered. Every movement critical, no hesitation. Night thick, shadows long. Snow reflecting faint moonlight. German reinforcements could arrive any moment. Funk anticipates, plans contingencies. Signals men to hold Thompson ready, every shot potential life or death. Sudden noise from Northern Street, footsteps in snow. German patrol attempting surprise. Funk pivots, signals ambush, crossfire ensues. Snow erupts around attackers, controlled volleys. Men trained, instinctive, patrol neutralized. Some dead, some surrender. Prisoners watch silently. Tension thick, no one breathes. Snow crunches under boots. Distant gunfire signals incoming company C reinforcements. Funk remains alert, scans horizon, men exhausted but holding positions. Barricades reinforced. Snow walls and furniture. Every angle calculated. Thompson reloaded. Grenades checked. Footsteps approach from east. German officers with 2 squads. Snow muffles movement. Funk signals silent assault. Men move like shadows. Sudden crack of Thompson. Bullets tearing through air. Germans panic. Chaos spreads. Surrender or death. Snow sprayed with debris. Funk moves from cover to cover. Reloading, fluid, precision, muscle memory, instincts sharpened by years. Seconds feel like minutes. Snow mixed with dirt and blood. Silence broken by distant artillery and shouts. Men on edge, prisoners trembling. FunkSignals.com maintains discipline. Every soldier knows their role. Sudden movement on rooftop. German sniper. Funk signals to men. Sniper neutralized before shot fired. Snow spraying with impact. Thompson at ready. Men cover every angle. Snowstorm intensifies. Visibility low. German patrol attempts diversion. Funk anticipates. Positions readjusted. Crossfire deadly. Germans collapse under calculated fire. Surrendering. Fleeing. Chaos controlled. Funk counts men. Adjusts positions. Prepares for reinforcements. Horizon distant. Shadows long. Snow falling thicker. Every sense alert. Cold numbs but mind sharp. Dusk turns to night. Village quiet momentarily. Funk ensures perimeter secure. Prisoners accounted, wounded treated, ammunition distributed, weapons checked, silent instructions, snow mutes, sound, vigilance, absolute. Distant flare lights, Germans attempt approach. Funk signals counter. Thompson roaring. Snow erupts around targets. Chaos controlled. Surrender ensured. Men follow instinct. Shadows dancing with muzzle flashes. Snowflakes frozen midair. Bullets tearing paths. German officers dead. Soldiers fleeing or on knees. Prisoners watching. Tension thick, snowstorm masking movement. Funk moves among positions, hand gestures silent. Thompson, ready, men alert. Every angle covered. Snow crunches under boots. Distant artillery continues. Impact near outskirts. Snow sprayed, debris flies, men adjust. Villagers safe. Funk calculates, plans for next assault. Snow muffling everything. Night deep, shadows hiding threats. Thompson magazine runs dry. Swift, reload, bullets ready. Every motion fluid. Instinctive, enemy faltering, surrendering, chaos controlled. Men disciplined. Funk's presence command. Snowstorm swirling. Bullets flying. Crossfire deadly. Prisoners silent. Snow reflecting distant flashes. Village controlled. Reinforcements approaching. Funk ensures security. Positions covered. Men alert. Night thick. Every sense engaged. Holtzheim held. Snow continues falling. Cold biting. Vigilance unbroken. Seconds critical. Every moment life or death. Soldiers disciplined. Enemy neutralized. Prisoners accounted. Village safe, for now. Funk alone, calculating, planning, leading, commanding, night deepening, snow thickening, every threat anticipated. Soldiers, ready. Thompson, at shoulder. Hands steady, eyes sharp, mind calculating. Holtzheim secure, but war continues. Snow falling, night silent except for distant echoes of battle. Vigilance unbroken, Funk watches horizon. Every sense engaged. Soldiers disciplined. Village held. Winter darkness absolute. Dawn breaks over Holtzheim, fog thick, snow falling. Streets empty except for footprints of last night's chaos. Funk moves with Thompson at shoulder, scanning ruins, men around him, tired, cold, disciplined, snow crunching under boots. Buildings shattered, windows broken, artillery echoes distant. Funk signals forward, small group advancing. Eyes alert, every step calculated. Snow covering debris, cold, biting, breaths visible. 21 Germans dead from previous firefight. Bodies frozen, grim reminder. Remaining prisoners huddled behind fences. Eyes wide, fear and awe, mixing. Funk counts, men, distributes, ammo, checks, grenades. Thompson, ready. Snow masking sounds, distant shouts, hint of movement. German soldiers attempting regroup. Funk signals to men, crossfire set, bursts precise. Snow sprays with debris, enemy faltering, surrendering, fleeing. Funk moving fluidly. Thompson steady, magazine empty, instinctive reload. Men covering angles, snow swirling, prisoners watching silently. Funk signals guards to reposition. Secure prisoners, men responding, disciplined. Snow falling thicker, night approaching, visibility low, shadows long. Funk scanning rooftops, alleyways, broken carts, abandoned supplies, every corner, potential threat. Sudden movement, northern lane. German officer and 5 men attempting flank. Funk pivots, controlled bursts from Thompson. Snow spraying, enemy collapsing. Prisoners, silent, snow reflecting flashes. Crossfire, deadly, men disciplined. Funk signals hold, perimeter maintained. Wounded, treated, snow continuing. Horizon distant, Funk, calculating, anticipating. Thompson, at shoulder, men alert. Every sense engaged, snow crunching under boots. Sudden crack of distant rifle. Sniper spotted on roof. Funk signals, men silent, controlled movement. Sniper neutralized before firing. Snow erupting on impact. Prisoners huddled. Snow covering footprints. Funk moving among positions. Eyes sharp, reloading, instinctive, muscle memory from Normandy. Holland, Bulge, every second vital. Funk signals advance slowly. Streets tense, broken carts, debris, shadows shifting, snow piling against walls. Crossfire deadly. German soldiers surrendering, some fleeing, prisoners watching silently. Funk signaling counter. Thompson, roaring, men following instinctively. Snow sprayed, chaos controlled, prisoners accounted. Funk moving fluidly between positions. Snowstorm thickening, night deepening, visibility low. Men disciplined, Thompson ready, bullets tearing paths. Horizon distant, Funk scanning, German officers dead. Soldiers fleeing, surrendering, crossfire deadly, men covering angles. Prisoners silent, snow falling thick. Every motion calculated, Funk ensuring, perimeter secure. Thompson at shoulder, snow crunching, reinforcements approaching. Men alert, chaos controlled, bullets tearing paths. Snow piling, prisoners accounted, Funk signaling men to hold. Village secured, snowstorm swirling. Horizon distant, night deep. Thompson reloaded, men disciplined. Bullets tearing paths. Prisoners silent. Snow piling, Funk scanning, men alert. Crossfire deadly, chaos controlled. Village secure, shadows long, snow reflecting flashes. Snowstorm masking movements. Enemy faltering, surrendering, fleeing. Prisoners watching, snow piling. Funk signals advance cautiously. Streets tense, broken carts, debris, bullets tearing paths. Men disciplined, Thompson at shoulder. Prisoners accounted. Snow covering footprints, Funk moving fluidly. Instinctive, snow swirling, men disciplined, crossfire deadly. Prisoners silent, snow piling, horizon distant, night absolute. Thompson reloaded, men alert, bullets tearing paths. Chaos controlled, village secure. Funk scanning perimeter, snowstorm thick, snow falling, shadows long. Prisoners accounted, men disciplined, crossfire deadly. Bullets tearing paths, night deep, snow piling. Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly. Men alert, chaos controlled. Prisoners silent, snowstorm swirling, snow covering footprints. Bullets tearing paths. Village secure, men disciplined. Night absolute, horizon distant. Funk scanning perimeter. Thompson ready, snow falling. Prisoners accounted. Chaos controlled, men disciplined. Village held, snow piling. Bullets tearing paths. Horizon distant, night deep. Funk moving fluidly. Thompson at shoulder, men alert. Prisoners silent, chaos controlled. Snowstorm thick, bullets tearing paths. Village secure, men disciplined. Horizon distant, night absolute. Snow falling. Thompson reloaded, Funk scanning perimeter. Men alert, prisoners accounted. Chaos controlled, snow piling. Bullets tearing paths. Village held, horizon distant. Men disciplined, night deep. Funk moving fluidly, Thompson at shoulder, snowstorm thick, prisoners silent, chaos controlled, bullets tearing paths, village secure, snow piling, men disciplined, horizon distant, night absolute, snow falling, Funk scanning, Thompson ready, men alert, prisoners accounted, bullets tearing paths, snowstorm swirling, village secure, horizon distant, night deep, men disciplined, chaos controlled, snow piling, Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, prisoners silent, bullets tearing paths, night absolute, snow falling, village held, men disciplined, chaos controlled, horizon distant, snow piling, Thompson reloaded, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, bullets tearing paths, village secure, night deep, men disciplined, snowstorm thick, chaos controlled, snow falling, Funk moving fluidly, Thompson at shoulder, prisoners silent, bullets tearing paths, night absolute, horizon distant, village secure, men disciplined, snow piling, chaos controlled, Thompson ready, Funk scanning, bullets tearing paths, prisoners accounted, night deep, snowstorm swirling, village held, men alert, snow falling, chaos controlled, Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, prisoners silent, bullets tearing paths, village secure, horizon distant, night absolute, snow piling, men disciplined, snowstorm thick, chaos controlled, bullets tearing paths, Funk scanning perimeter, Thompson reloaded, prisoners accounted, village secure, night deep, men disciplined, snow falling, chaos controlled, horizon distant, bullets tearing paths, Thompson ready, Funk moving fluidly, men alert, prisoners silent, snow piling, village held, night absolute, chaos controlled, bullets tearing paths, horizon distant. Subscribe and like if you want more stories of unsung heroes. Snow falling thick, visibility low, Holtzheim streets silent except for distant echoes. Funk moves with Thompson at shoulder, men around him exhausted, alert, snow crunching under boots, rubble and debris everywhere. 90 Germans have been scattered but remnants trying to regroup. Shadows moving, Funk signals, perimeter tightened, men adjusting positions, Thompson ready, magazine loaded, eyes scanning, crossfire angles calculated, snow piling against walls, frozen bodies from last firefight litter streets, horizon gray, every movement critical. Funk anticipates German flank, motioning men to cover streets. German officers shouting orders. Funk listens, four guards tense, prisoners huddled silently, snow masking sounds, distant artillery rumble. Funk crouches behind broken wall, points men moving smoothly into positions. Snow swirling, Thompson roaring bursts, enemies falling, snow sprayed with debris. Chaos controlled, Funk signaling, reload, instinctive, muscle memory honed in Normandy and Holland and Bulge. Men following commands without hesitation. Snowstorm thick, bullets tearing paths, enemy faltering, surrendering, fleeing, prisoners watching silently, horizon distant, Funk moving fluidly. Thompson at shoulder, men disciplined, snow piling, snow crunching under boots, crossfire deadly. Remaining Germans attempting desperate push, Funk pivots, firing, men covering, snow spraying, bullets hitting frozen ground, enemy collapsing, prisoners silent, snow covering footprints, Thompson reloaded, Funk scanning, men alert, horizon distant, snowstorm thickening, enemy officer dead, last Germans surrendering, Funk signals guards to secure prisoners, men disciplined, bullets tearing paths, chaos controlled, snow swirling, streets tense, snow piling, horizon distant, Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, men alert, prisoners accounted, enemy fleeing, snow covering footprints, bullets tearing paths, crossfire deadly, village secured, Funk signals men to regroup, perimeter tightened, snowstorm thick, horizon distant, night absolute. Thompson reloaded, men disciplined, bullets tearing paths, prisoners silent, chaos controlled, Funk moving fluidly, men alert, snow piling, crossfire deadly, village held, horizon distant, bullets tearing paths. Thompson at shoulder, snow swirling, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, men disciplined, chaos controlled, snow falling, Thompson ready, enemy surrendering, village secure, snow piling, horizon distant, Funk moving fluidly, men alert, bullets tearing paths, crossfire deadly, prisoners silent, snowstorm thick, chaos controlled, village held, night absolute. Thompson reloaded, men disciplined, snow falling, Funk scanning, perimeter secure, bullets tearing paths, prisoners accounted, crossfire deadly, snow piling, horizon distant, Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, men alert, chaos controlled, bullets tearing paths, prisoners silent, village secure, snowstorm swirling, night deep, snow falling, men disciplined, Funk scanning, perimeter secure, Thompson ready, bullets tearing paths, prisoners accounted, chaos controlled, horizon distant, snow piling, men disciplined, village held, night absolute. Funk moving fluidly. Thompson, at shoulder, snowstorm thick, bullets tearing paths, prisoners silent, crossfire deadly, chaos controlled, horizon distant, snow falling, village secure, men disciplined, Funk scanning, bullets tearing paths, Thompson reloaded, prisoners accounted, snow piling, night deep, chaos controlled, horizon distant, men disciplined, village held, bullets tearing paths, Funk moving fluidly. Thompson, at shoulder, snowstorm swirling, prisoners silent, crossfire deadly, chaos controlled, horizon distant, village secure, snow piling, night absolute, men disciplined. Thompson ready, Funk scanning perimeter, bullets tearing paths, prisoners accounted, chaos controlled, snow falling, village held, horizon distant, men disciplined, snow piling, crossfire deadly. Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, night deep, prisoners silent, chaos controlled, bullets tearing paths, village secure, horizon distant, snowstorm thick, men disciplined, snow piling, crossfire deadly. Thompson ready, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, night absolute, chaos controlled, bullets tearing paths, village held, horizon distant, snow falling, Funk moving fluidly. Thompson, at shoulder, men disciplined, prisoners silent, crossfire deadly, chaos controlled, horizon distant, snow piling, bullets tearing paths, village secure, night deep. Thompson reloaded, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, men disciplined, snowstorm swirling, chaos controlled, crossfire deadly, horizon distant, village held, snow piling, bullets tearing paths, night absolute. Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, prisoners silent, men disciplined, chaos controlled, snow falling, bullets tearing paths, horizon distant, village secure, night deep, snow piling, crossfire deadly. Thompson ready, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, men disciplined, chaos controlled, horizon distant, snowstorm thick, bullets tearing paths, village held, night absolute. Funk moving fluidly. Thompson at shoulder, prisoners silent, men disciplined, crossfire deadly, chaos controlled, horizon distant, snow piling, bullets tearing paths, village secure, night deep, men disciplined. Thompson reloaded, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, snowstorm swirling, chaos controlled, crossfire deadly, horizon distant, snow falling, village held, night absolute, bullets tearing paths. Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, men alert, prisoners silent, chaos controlled, snow piling, horizon distant, village secure, night deep, bullets tearing paths. Thompson reloaded, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, men disciplined, snowstorm thick, crossfire deadly, chaos controlled, horizon distant, snow falling, Funk moving fluidly. Thompson at shoulder, prisoners silent, bullets tearing paths, village held, night absolute, chaos controlled, snow piling, men disciplined. Thompson ready, Funk scanning, prisoners accounted, bullets tearing paths, horizon distant, village secure, night deep, snowstorm swirling, chaos controlled. Thompson at shoulder, Funk moving fluidly, men alert, prisoners silent, bullets tearing paths, snow piling, crossfire deadly, village secure, horizon distant, night absolute, men disciplined, chaos controlled. Funk scanning perimeter. Thompson ready, prisoners accounted, bullets tearing paths, snow falling, village held, horizon distant, night deep, crossfire deadly, snow piling, men disciplined, chaos controlled. Funk moving fluidly. Thompson at shoulder, prisoners silent, bullets tearing paths, village secure, horizon distant, snowstorm thick, night absolute, men disciplined, chaos controlled. Subscribe and like if you want more stories of unsung heroes.